Hey, why don't you take a picture? It'll last longer.
Thanks. Don't mind if I do. Hello everybody. For this video I'm featuring the three-toed box turtle. It's a subspecies of the eastern box turtle, and I don't know how to pronounce its scientific name, so I'm just going to put it on the screen for you. The three-toed box turtle is one of a handful of box turtle species found in North America, north of Mexico. It is quite common in oak hickory forests throughout its range, and it is more commonly seen just after it becomes active each year following the last killing frost. I have fond memories of finding these turtles while hiking as a kid. I also learned that they don't make good pets, but more on that later. The three-toed box turtle is mainly active from early April through late October, depending on which portion of their range they live. Although it typically inhabits open woodlands, grasslands are important during portions of the active season. They usually overwinter underground, and in spring, three-toed box turtles begin to move closer to the surface when the temperatures reach 45 degrees Fahrenheit and begin to emerge after 5 consecutive days of increasing temperatures, in about early April in the northern part of the range. Once emerged, they remain near their overwintering site until warm spring rains occur. Sadly, it's when those rains begin that these turtles also start crossing roads. The home range of adults varies from about 5 to 26 acres, and they can find familiar habitat when displaced by several miles. Some individuals stay within the same home range for up to 35 years. The typical routine for a three-toed box turtle each day usually begins with a period of feeding followed by basking in the sun in an open area. In warm weather, box turtles will crawl into a clump of dense grass or dead leaves and rest. In early evening, they usually search for a suitable place to hunker down for the night. These retreats, called forms, are often under leaf litter or in a few inches of soil. Once they emerge in spring, three-toed box turtles tend to stay in wooded areas near their overwintering sites, but a seasonal shift in habitat use occurs when temperatures change. In late spring, they usually move to grasslands until the heat of summer drives them back into the woods. And in autumn, they venture back out into the grasslands until the approaching winter drives them back to the woods where they prepare to overwinter. Here is a range map for the three-toed box turtle. However, there have been reports outside of this range, so take this with a grain of salt. The appearance of three-toed box turtles varies quite a bit, but they are typically a drab brown or olive in color as far as the shell goes. The vast majority of three-toed box turtles that I've seen in my life resemble this shell right here. I found the shell while hiking through the woods. It's almost perfectly preserved. You see it still has this plastron or lower shell and its carapace, the upper shell. It's olive green in places, but also some brown here and there. And notice the typical of three-toed box turtles, how it has a high dome. And you can see there's a ridge right here. Most of them have ridges. Some are faint, some are well pronounced. But like I said, this is how they usually appear, but their appearance varies quite a bit. And notice here on the plastron, they have a hinge right here. This is why they're known as box turtles, because of this hinge allows them to close up right here and protect their head, their brain and vital areas, and this part right here closes to help protect their back legs and their organs. Three-toed box turtles are so named because their back hind legs on the vast majority of them have just 3 claws, or toes rather. Now typically these turtles are kind of an olive to an olive brownish color. This is a really unique one. I've never seen one like this before. It has dark stripes along the, or dark lines along the scutes on the back. This is a female. You can tell because her plastron is perfectly flat and her tail isn't quite as big as quite as large as a male's tail. and she doesn't have all the markings. Typically a male has quite a few more markings on the face and neck, usually reddish or orange. I may have a photo of that I'll show you. But typically, three-toed box turtles, obviously almost all of them have 3 toes. Some occasionally they have 4, but there's some talk that those might be hybrids. Juveniles often have yellow markings near the center of each major scoot on the carapace, which can sometimes resemble an ornate box turtle to an extent. Heads of adult males and females are often brightly colored with a combination of white, orange, and/or red markings. I've read that males usually have reddish eyes and females usually have golden brown eyes. And that's the case here with this female, which has golden brown eyes, while this male has the typical reddish eyes. However, if we take a closer look at our mating couple here, both the male and female have reddish eyes, in my opinion, so that's another thing to take with a grain of salt. This male does have brighter colors on the face, neck, and legs, however, which is common. Additionally, the male's plastron will have a slight curve in it to help with mating, while the female's plastron is relatively flat. According to the Missouri Department of Conservation, young three-toed box turtles eat mostly earthworms and insects, but older turtles eat a proportionally larger amount of plant matter and fungi, including berries, mushrooms, and young shoots of various plants and grasses. However, adults will occasionally consume earthworms, snails, and insects. A study in southwestern Missouri found the majority of their diet was dogwood berries in the fall and blackberries in the summer, although some insects were eaten. Courtship and mating typically occurs from late April to early July, although mating is regularly observed in late summer into fall. Most egg laying occurs from mid-May to early July. At around dusk, the female selects an elevated, open patch of loose soil or sand and digs a hole 3 to 4 inches deep with her hind legs. A clutch is usually 2 to 8 eggs, which hatch in about 3 months. There may be multiple clutches each season, and eggs laid late in the summer will hatch in the fall, and the hatchlings will remain within the nest until the following spring. Shortly after the first killing frost of autumn, usually between late September and early November, they dig into leaf litter and soil and go dormant to survive the winter. Three-toed box turtles become sexually mature between 7 and 10 years of age. The lifespan can be 50 to 80 years, but there are records of them living for more than 100 years. Many box turtles are captured by people and taken home to be kept as pets, which is a terrible idea as domestic living conditions are in direct conflict with the biological needs of the turtles. While in captivity, box turtles may slowly starve to death or grow abnormal shells, claws, and jaws if not maintained and cared for correctly. Box turtles, or any turtles for that matter, should never be painted. It can be detrimental to their health in so many ways. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you.
Can I help you?
Oh, hello. I'm Randy from Randy's Natural World. I hope you enjoyed the video on...
The three-toed box turtle.
Yes, that's it. Today I'm pretending to be a scientist. Maybe I'm doing research on a 5 o'clock shadow, I'm not sure. But that's neither here nor there. I'm hoping to speak to those of you who haven't subscribed yet. Here's a list of reasons why you should. It's free. You can't beat that price. Number 2, quality content. Always quality content. Number 3, YouTube allows unlimited subscriptions, so there's no reason not to. Anyway, number 4, are you a procrastinator? There's no need to procrastinate. And I know what you're thinking, Randy, I'll subscribe when I get around to it. Well, here's your round to it right here. Round to it. So go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead. A wise decision.